Hey guys, welcome to the voiceover for a lesson. Today I'll be riding my trainer's sister-in-law's pony Roxy, and this is actually the pony I lesson on the most at her facility because I lesson at my trainer's sister-in-law's, and I've been trying to have one at my barn for a while, but the snow has been taking over and I haven't been able to have my trainer out to my barn because I do only have an outside arena and it's just been covered in ice, but thankfully it's been actually pretty nice out, so I'm hoping within the next month to get my trainer out so I can have a lesson on Sassy. But I'm riding Roxy in this video, so as you can see I am trotting along right here, and we did a lot of transitions throughout this lesson, so now I'm just making a circle, and it looks like she tripped or looked at the dog, so she got a little bit distracted, and so did I. So now we're just doing the circle again to try to make it a little bit more smooth, and I am trying to work on my hands a lot right now in this clip. My hands are definitely a problem point for me, so I'm always trying to work on them. That circle was a little bit better, but it could have been smoother. So I'm just trotting along again. Of course, the little pup's in the way, and apparently she can't see very well, so she was kind of just walking around. And I think my posting looks a lot better currently, and I am not on her mouth as much, and I'm trying to give her a little bit more rein. There I'm doing a sitting trot, and I think it's looking pretty nice. It definitely could be more smooth. I am trying, again, to work on my hands, but I'm also trying to work on my seat and pretty much everything. I'm just trying to get in shape mostly. I had some months off of lessons. This is my first lesson in like 3 months, so I'm a little bit rusty, and my horse Sassy, I more focus on her than myself, so in these lessons I actually get to focus on myself. And now I just picked up the canter going towards the right, and I love her canter. She is just the cutest thing, but I am really needing to get my hands out of my lap a little bit more. I was half halting and trying to get her to move a little bit more, I guess, collected, not like on the bit, but just a little bit more forward, and I think I'm starting to look a little bit better. Looks like I'm pumping a little bit, but coming around the circle right there, I think it does look fairly smooth. It definitely could be smoother, but it's definitely hard in the little indoor arena and actually we're breaking a little bit, so we just broke down to a trot, and I don't know why I looked back there, but I did. So now we're just trotting along, and now we're walking. And now we're about to pick up the canter again, and I love her little tail switch. That was so cute. And my leg is swinging a little bit. I definitely need to strengthen my leg as well. I think my stirrups were a little bit long at that point, but my heel starts to get a little bit better throughout this video, and I definitely need to be lifting my hands up a little bit more just to have her, I guess, move forward a little bit more. And she did kind of drop her shoulder a little bit around that corner originally, but it looks like she is going along pretty well. She's just so cute. I love riding her. She's a really fun pony to ride, and I think her stride just feels really smooth for a pony. And she is a little bit green as well, but she's not super green. And sorry if you hear my dog squeaking her toy in the background, but now we're just doing another circle, and I think that one was very smooth. And now we're transitioning, and I believe this will be the first jump. So this will just be a little cross rail, and that was a cute little jump. And I definitely could have widened my corner a little bit more and widened my turn. So now I'm just cantering along a little bit, and I definitely could be lifting up my hands a little bit more because they're just chilling in my crotch, but she's going along really nicely and smoothly on the correct lead, and we just broke down to a trot. We're just cantering along, and we'll be going to another fence, but I believe I'll be trotting this one. And just trotting along, and she almost broke in that corner right there, and I tried to give her a little bit more leg, and that was a nice little jump, and we landed on the correct lead. And now we're coming up the opposite direction and trotting this up. And this one, I actually did chip it a little bit. My leg slid back a little bit because I didn't give enough leg, so we actually ended up on the wrong lead. But then I just picked it up again, and we're good. And I was kind of testing a bit of a half seat and just sitting back in the saddle, and I think she worked better with just me sitting back a little bit more. So now we're going to come across the diagonal and trot so we can get on the right lead. And it takes me a little bit to get it. I was really tired, so you can see we break a little bit and it's not really smooth at all. and we eventually get it, but we were both just really tired. I am still pretty out of shape because I haven't really ridden consistently in a very long time. But now we got the canter and we're just cantering along and just doing another circle. And then now we're coming up to the next fence, and I think that one was pretty nice. We landed on the wrong lead, but then we get it right there, and she's just so cute. We're cantering along the long side, and I could be rolling my shoulders, not back. I guess I could be sitting up a little bit more. And again, we're going to come across the diagonal and change leads. So we did another trot transition, and I did open up my outside rein to help her get into the canter a little bit more, and she did eventually pick it up. And then we're just cantering down the long side, and I believe we're going to canter the fence and just coming around the corner. My shoulders do, I think, get better throughout the video, and so does my leg. Oh my god, almost jumped the dog. Matt, my boyfriend who was recording, he was like, oh my god. But we actually ended up not jumping him, and he got out of the way. But I'm really happy she actually jumped it and didn't spook. So now we're just coming up it again. No dog this time, and I thought that was pretty nice. A little bit quick, but I think it was just forward and not necessarily like fast, and just cantering along the long side, and we're going to do the canter transition to a trot to picking up the right lead again. And now we'll be cutting across the center, and it's a little bit quieter this time. And then I picked it up and she is cantering along. And actually we're going to be jumping this fence, and we got a little bit close, which was fine, but she didn't chip it or anything, but she did get a little bit early. And now we're just picking up the opposite direction, and we're going to canter it again, and we did break, but that's okay. And that one was nice, and we landed on the wrong lead, and then we pick it up again. And just cantering along the long side. This is an exercise we did a lot, and it just helped me with my transitions a little bit more and trying to get a little bit quieter with my hands. And I did think it helped a decent amount. And now we're coming across the long side again. And she picked up the canter, little tail swish again. And we will be coming up the cross rail again. And that was a little bit early, a little bit of a long spot, but she did take it very well. We landed on the correct lead. And coming up, and this is a vertical this time, and I think she took that very nicely. I haven't jumped that high, not that it's like super high, in a long time, and she did a really good job. We just broke right there. I think we were just tired again, and then we picked it up on the correct lead. And we are going to be cutting across the center again. Little trot, and it could have been a little bit quieter on my end, but she was being a good girl. And now finally we're going to finish out with another vertical, and I got a little bit close, but she jumped it really nicely. We landed on the wrong lead, but then we eventually pick it up again. And that is the rest of the clips that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to do one more of these soon.